Welcome to the Bank of America Countdown to Green as we get set to go racing.
Well, we certainly wasted a good series start last week at North Wilkesboro. We hung up there a long time. We led a bunch. Looks like we were going to be in good shape there, but then it started turning into a caution fest. Elliott Sadler just was a rogue agent plowing into everybody. We'll talk about that. Later in the race, during one of those cautions, we took on tires when we shouldn't have taken on tires. And we went from first or second back into the mid-teens, and then it was just a dogfight to try to get back to the front in time to win the race. We didn't, but we got there in time to watch Ryan Newman win the race. And that brings us here deep in the heart of Texas. 3 races to go to the final little week of the season. We are 48 points behind Ryan Newman. We need some help here. It's just case closed. Been talking about it. And then over on the left, the Chase, we're 22 points behind Newman. And it's a good little battle there. Just everybody needs Newman to fall. And something's got to happen. I'm not giving up hope. We just need a gift from the gods. We're starting 14th here. Ryan Newman's actually starting 12th or 15th or 13th, right near us. We're breaking out the golden ticket.
Just 3 races remain in the 2005 Nextel Cup season, and today the chase for the championship comes to Texas. For the first time, fans here have a second chance to see the stars of NASCAR, right in the heart of Texas and right in the heart of the chase. They know the championship is on the line, and they have come to root for their favorite driver, those in the chase and those that would like to be. The countdown is at 3, and the Lone Star State is ready to toast the next star at Texas. 3 races to go in the chase for the championship and 500 miles to chase the checkered flag at Texas, live on NBC.
All right, welcome in. We started a little bit ahead of where we're at now. One of the worst jumps we've had all season. I mentioned Ryan Newman started near us. He's up here about... Look out, grass. I was looking for Ryan Newman. No! Ryan Newman's about 3 or 4 cars ahead of us on the inside. Sorry, fellas. It's a fast track here. But we can survive this, or we are going to survive this. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. Like I was saying, 3 races to go. We gotta just catch up to Ryan Newman here for right now. It felt like Rusty Wallace was gonna pit there or something. I was trying to break in a new Texas track for this, and I tried a couple of them, and I couldn't get the tire wear exactly right, and I just wanted to get to racing, so I broke out the old Papyrus Texas that we used in our 1997 season, which I never broke in, like, fuel-wise. Like back then, we were still running full pit windows. Oh, here you go. Here's Elliott Sadler. I forgot he was starting up here. I put a couple of turds on his car to shame him for what he did at North Wilkesboro. Didn't want to dock him points, or didn't want to take him out of the race because that messes up all my Excel spreadsheets. So we're just putting turds on his car. Just pretty much, that's probably what NASCAR should do. There's a big turd on his hood. Well, he's making us pay. He's making us pay for shaming him here because he's holding us up on this outside. We got to get around him and catch up to Tony Stewart. Ryan Newman's already booked it to the front, and I looked at his ratings for this race to see what's going on with him, and there's nothing. There's nothing different than some of the other cars. I mean, him, Gordon, Stewart, and Biffle are all pretty much the same. Very little changes here and there. Oh, straighten her out. So, yeah, we're not, I mean, these aren't lame duck races. We can still do something for chase-wise. But, I mean, we're running out of time. The wreck at Rockingham really took the wind out of our sails. When we were running top 5. Oh, we got a caution. Let's make a pass here. Okay. I haven't seen the wreck yet, but I guarantee it was somebody on the high line going into turn 3 that basically hooked the car on the line below them and up into the wall. You can see that's probably what happened. That's a trouble spot at this Texas. Pit window's like mid-30s here, so I'm guessing everybody's going to pit here. And tires, 10 laps in, are already spent a little bit, so I think it's going to be 4 tires and fuel. I really wish I would have had a crew chief for those crucial pit stops at North Wilkesboro, because somebody would have told me, hey, you don't need tires on this stop, idiot.
Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. The pace cars in turn 1.
Ryan Newman's behind us, taking on 2 tires. Taking on 4 tires. Okay.
The pace cars in turn 2.
Ryan Newman's stuck.
Go, go,
Nope.
go! Limit 45. Keep it under
Well,
3,500
we're stuck.
in second. Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. The pace cars on the back.
Alright, getting ready to go green. Didn't really have too many caution laps here.
Going green.
I mean, we came out of pit road, swung back around, and he was like, hey, we're getting ready to go. And I looked at that wreck. Carl Edwards and Boris said exactly what I thought it was going to be. But look at this awful jump. Like, there's nothing we can do about this awful jump. I don't get it. And I'm wondering why... I gotta slow up. There we go. I'm wondering why Carl Edwards was so far back there. Probably just lost a bunch of spots on the start. I think he was the lowest starter, but he didn't start 40th or whatever was going on back there, so I don't know. Again. And he's not part of the big chase battle here, or he is, but not the big battle that we're worried about. For the whole enchilada, the Winston Cup. Gordon leading early. Alright, these are two slow cars. Not slow cars, but just not fast cars that we do not want to get stuck behind. We want to get around them. Hopefully take this little high line. We can't lose this pack. We cannot lose this pack in front of the 18 car up here. Bobby Labonte. We got to stay with this pack. And we're already losing that next little pack. Hold on to her, Jeff Burton. We got it. Ooh, that was sexy. Sexy little pass there. Alright, we're making moves. Those weren't the fastest cars in the field that we just passed. So we still have our work cut out for us. And then hopefully we don't have any more issues in turn 3. We do have a random caution this race. Somewhere. And I'm not even seeing Ryan Newman in this group. Looks like he's already in like 5th or 4th. Yeah. Just amazing. It's just soul crushing that he just can't get into a wreck. Like he hasn't. The only wreck he had was Richmond. That was our saving grace. Even without that, we needed that, because without that, Richmond little blunder. I mean, we gained probably 15, 16 points on him there. But other than that, he's just been solid as a rock. At the same time, I was taking a peek. I'm starting to set up the season finale, you know, putting the standings all together. And I was looking at our 1992 final standings, and Bill Elliott had like an 8-point-something average finish, and Ryan Newman has a 9-something. So I mean, Bill Elliott was more dominant. I was wondering why we closed on Jimmy Johnson there off that one turn. It's because he was following Bobby Hamilton Jr. Again, not one of the fast cars in the field. So I think some cars only took on 2 tires there or something. But Jimmy Johnson's now our ticket to get back into this front group. But I know Texas. And we are going to be behind Jimmy Johnson here for a while.
Out of your home entertainment with a Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology. It's yours for only $699. Plus, get a free flat panel upgrade. And right now, other Dell desktops start at $399. It's more than just a home entertainment system. It's a Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors with HT technology.
Skipped a decent chunk there, about 10, 11 laps. We actually have the speed to get around Johnson, but I've noticed that we're reeling in Mayfield here, and I just want to see what a 3-car little draft will do, especially with those leaders now starting to race a little bit. You will not be shocked to find out Ryan Newman has rocketed out to the lead. And we're starting to feel some tire wear. We have about 10 laps till pit stops. Alright, Jimmy Johnson. The same thing happened with Bobby Hamilton Jr. And we got that huge run on Jimmy Johnson because he was being held up. And Johnson's definitely faster than Mayfield. I'm waiting for Johnson to make a move here. As it stands, it serves us much better to draft right now than race. And Newman's actually has a sizable lead now too. I mean, those guys can't even catch him, even drafting. That is just bonkers. A piece of YouTube channel lore here is when we ran Texas in our '97 season. That was before I started rolling up my sleeves and changing all the track signage to be period accurate, like late 90s. So you can see on the scoring tower there, and then on the walls and ads everywhere. We still have the generic NR2003 NASCAR Racing Series signage. Because I haven't been to Texas since that '97 season. About 2 years ago. Well, they started racing, combined with this nice little 3-car draft we've put together. We're catching them, but my tires are starting to fade. I'm having trouble staying with Johnson. But thankfully, pit stops coming up soon in about 5-6 laps. And we'll keep our eye out for any weird stuff. Because the AI might have issues getting onto pit road. Again, Texas has a trouble spot in turn 3. And turn 3 is where the transition to get onto pit road happens, so could be interesting. Boy, we can't even keep up with Johnson right now. At the same time, I think we're just a little bit out of their draft. If we can catch up to Johnson, we'd be fine. But right now, we're just not getting the benefits of being right on them. It's just, I liken Texas to a super speedway. I mean, this is like being, with all the drafting and how important it is. I mean, it's basically like being at Talladega or Daytona, but then having to worry about throttle input and brake input while staying in the draft. And it's just, it's tough. I mean, it's not easy. But thankfully, we've been able to suck up to them. But again, I think it's just in our frame of reference of these guys running side by side. We're still losing time to those leaders up there. It's been a couple years. I forget what the AI looks like when they pit here. We do have cars on pit road, so pit stops are going to be happening. Jimmy Johnson's really slow here. It's because he might be pitting.
Clear.
He's not, but we are.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Good entry. I mean, you can see we actually closed on Mayfield throughout that entry, so that's good. All right, we got Joe Nemechek jumping out. Just go, buddy. I'm going a little bit slower so you can go, pal. Freaking weirdo. Okay. We'll be able to see if Newman pulls in right behind us, coming around for his stop. Leader's pitting now, so that's going to be him. Let's just hope we gain some time here.
Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500.
There's our boy
in
Mayfield.
second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Well, go to hell, Mayfield.
Okay, merge when you can.
All right, Jeff. What do you got for me, Jeff? Cold tires, be careful. We need something. We need a break, man. We need some kind of break. There's Newman, I think, and that's going to be Mark Martin, I think. I don't know. That's Mark Martin. I do not see Ryan Newman. Get around him, Jeff. Don't wreck him, get around him.
You're in the top 10. Outside. Stay low. Clear.
There's no way Newman... That might be him way out in the lead again. I mean, I lost all... We're faster than Gordon. I got news for you.
Outside. Stay low. Still there. Clear.
Car's hooked up right now. Yeah, Newman's out in the lead. I was just... a bunch of hopium right there, wondering maybe something happened on pit road, but no. I mean, he probably gained time on us, really.
You're in fifth.
So, as it stands, Harvick is our new Jimmy Johnson. I'm not worried about the intervals now. I'm just going to use the eye test, see if we're closing on these leaders. I mean, this is our best option right now. If we go out on our own by ourselves, that's going to be no bueno. Especially because they're racing now up there. Guessing that's Stewart. What a disappointing season. And we got a lapper coming up, so that's be cool. They're still side by side up there, it looks like. Tell you what, we have another random caution coming, let alone any cautions period that happened. And we don't get good jumps on the starts. So, I mean, when it gets down to it, we might not even want another caution. I might just pause the game for an hour. To make sure the random caution flies when we're not actively racing. Or I could always just exit out of the game real quick and turn the program off. But I'm on the up and up. Yeah, after this, we have Phoenix and Miami to close out the season. I've dialed in a good Miami track. It actually has a day to night transition, but our race isn't long enough to actually see the night. But you can see the sky change a little bit. And if you're a veteran of NR2003, you know there's always been a problem at a bunch of the Miami tracks with the AI, where you take that access road to get onto pit road, and the AI sometimes just can't handle it. And Jeff Gordon's right on us here, Kevin Harvick, so we got to jump underneath you. Oh, hadn't run down low like that yet. So the way I've tried to fix that is really turn down the tire wear there, because whenever they're pitting and they're trying to, we can talk about it when we're there, but when they're pitting, when they try to navigate that real tight pit road, access road, they can't handle it and they'll bleed up onto the apron. They won't cause wrecks, but by minimizing their tire wear, it doesn't happen as often. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But I have that AI difficulty tuned in, ready to go. Phoenix is ready to go. It's just Ryan Newman is this dark cloud over our season right now. Alright, those lead cars handled that lapper with ease. It seems like those boys behind us are having trouble hanging with us. They're right with us. And I'm trying to catch a whiff of this lapper. We'll be pitting again around lap 80. Oh, yeah, with a mid-30s window, if we don't get another caution, that's going to give us splash and goes again at the end, roughly. Because 80 plus another 35 would be 115. All right, Gordon's having a bad lap back there or something. So who's up here? I'm going to say Kenseth. Yeah, he's that yellow car that's trailing them a little bit. And it looks like they're having problems with Kyle Petty up here. I want to say that's Kyle Petty. We'll find out eventually. Yeah, it looks like it is Kyle Petty. But they got around him. We're handling the turns real nice. Much better than our first run. I know I skipped a portion of that. But that was basically staring at Lowe's Home Improvement for 20 minutes. Alright, those three cars have cleared that Kyle Petty. So he's going to start dropping. And start dropping back to Mike Wallace here. I'm well aware he's a lap down there, Chip. Yeah, Gordon had that bad lap, and now he's coming back. Starting to feel a little bit of tire wear. We're going for it. Earlier in the season, I would have just laid low, studied that AI car, see what kind of moves they make. But we got to be more assertive now, more aggressive. It ain't over till it's over. We've got a lot of laps left in our season. Anything can happen. One of those lappers cars, one of those lappers engines can blow right now and collect Newman. That's what we need. That's just, I'm trying to just will it and make it happen. Imagine if I was some kind of sicko that would just keep on running Texas over and over and over until Ryan Newman had something go wrong. Like, that would be like, there's something wrong with you. There'd be something wrong with a person that would do that. Especially when there's like no money involved, no, you know, not that money is everything, but I mean, that's the main motivating factor a lot of times for time. Time is money. So you would spend all this time. Holy cow, Kyle Petty. Holy Kyle Petty. Not the fastest car there. I wish we were racing with them up there. It'd be fun. But we're just not up there. We got 10 laps till pit stops again. Or no. 15. Oh yeah, so never mind. Because we pitted lap 10, lap 45. And that'll take us... or no, wait a minute. 10 more laps. 35 is the window. I was right the first time. I'm overthinking it.
That car's a lap down.
And we hit him at the wrong time.
Outside. Yellow flag.
Random caution.
Go. Race back to the line. Stay low.
You son of a bitch.
Clear outside. Pit road is closed.
But, alright, hopefully this is the last caution because
Catch up to the end of the pace.
we need,
Well, car.
we can't afford to have bad, we can't afford to have restarts because we lose too much ground. Especially with lappers now going to be on the inside. Anyway, big pit stops here.
We'll give you a half a can of fuel.
Obviously going for 4 tires, and we're going to be, oh, that's going to be tough. I'm already thinking ahead to what those last pit stops are going to be,
Road is now open.
because we'll have to pit with about 10 to go for fuel, but our tires are spent at the end of 35 laps pretty much, so
The pace cars on the front
there's a
stretch.
lot of moving parts involved here. How are these guys pitting already? Unless they were already on pit road. They shouldn't be pitting yet. This is a bold move on my part, especially because Ryan Newman could easily spin us out
Don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. You're too
like a
far
psycho,
forward.
but we screwed it up by slamming into our stall. I usually try to stay to the right of the AI because they can spin you out getting into their stall. But come on, Newman, stay back there. He just refuses to play ball.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 4 car. Okay, merge when you can.
Okay, we're going green. We're on the back stretch. And you probably saw I went radio silent there because I wanted to show in real time Rusty Wallace getting eliminated. Bliss and green. Those were those cars that were on pit road when we pitted. And I was like, what are they doing here? And then we were able to fly past them coming out of pit road. And the guys behind us weren't ready, and Rusty Wallace banged into him. Brian Vickers destroyed Rusty Wallace. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hang back and just cheat, like get a run here. Didn't time it right. Technically, I don't think that's cheating. All right, don't throw the race away on cold tires. Hang on to her. Damn it. They're too fast. They're so fast on that start. I can't compete. But on the bright side, Ryan Newman is in a beehive up here. I was absolutely dreading a restart. This is why. Mears, take it, you butthole. Trying to see where the lappers are at. See if we can pick the right line. And it looks like this is the right line to take because Mike Wallace and especially Jeff Green, who's banged up some, they're on that top line holding up Newman. Let's make sure we don't lose our spot here. Make sure we don't give Ryan Newman anywhere to get down. And let's actually make sure that Bobby Labonte stays behind us. All right, very good. So Newman for now is stuck on the high line back there. But I predict we're going to see his hood in our rear view sooner rather than later. Boy, this is a tough car to handle. On cold tires, in traffic, in all this messy air. Stay down low because Kyle Petty. So for whatever reason, or however it happened, all the lap cars got moved up to the top of the track on that start, on that restart. And we stuck to the inside, gaining spots. It's a crapshoot on who the hell's even up here right now. Junior in third, but then we have lappers, or maybe he's just losing a bunch of spots. Kyle Busch up here, McMurray, us. All right. The only thing we can control right now is getting a win. All this stuff, all this talk about Ryan Newman getting a DNF or something from him. We can't worry about that. If it happens, it happens. So we're officially right now on the pit window. We could pit right now and not have to pit again. That's not part of the strategy at all. Just that we are on the pit window now, which means everybody's going to have to pit again, and it might just be for fuel. Which means we have to save our tires up here. It's a delicate balance between trying to go for this win and making sure we don't take ourselves out of the race with no tires at all at the end of the race. And Scott Riggs is a lap down, and he's giving me the red ass right now. Need him to drop off. Blaney, I'm thinking, is a lap down. Looks like it. And we need Junior. Tell you what, Junior won at Atlanta. Same configuration of a track. So I was hoping he was going to get around Blaney and we could ride him. But that's not happening. And we have a big run. I think we just go for it here. Seemed like Junior got slowed up. Blaney wasn't running a good line. And honestly, for one of the first times this season, we've survived a mess and like gained spots throughout it, and it didn't throw away our race, you know? So now we got to figure out what we want to do here. Are we going to drive the car hard, try to catch these guys, or take it easy on the tires so we have tires left at the end of the race? I don't know. And then it'll all be moot because the AI will probably take on right sides or something, you know? So I'm kind of just hanging out here, to be honest. I'm not driving the car too hard. I'm not taking it easy. We're pretty much letting those cars behind us dictate what we're going to do. If they start catching up, we got to start pushing it a little bit. I am trying to change my line a little bit, going down into 1, because that's where you eat up your tires. Turns 3 and 4 are a little bit straightforward. You don't really have to slam on the brakes, or you don't really have to manage your brakes in 3 and 4 like you do in 1 and 2. 1 and 2 you have to. It's just a little bit of a tighter turn, if that makes sense. At least that's what it feels like. Ryan Newman up to 8th. Just disdain in my voice for Ryan Newman. Why could that have not been him instead of Rusty Wallace? Just little things. I mean, there's a 1 in 40 chance on who that car was going to be. But, I mean, I'm just asking the gods out there, why couldn't that have been Ryan Newman? I haven't been paying attention to the interval. I'm guaranteed that's going to drop to like 4 seconds now. 379. Whatever. They're in line. There's nothing we can do about it. The only way we win now is a caution. And if you've been following this race, we don't want a caution. Correction. I would take a caution right about now. Because that would take us to, with 20 to go, I think we'll see 4 tires all around everybody. And we'd be able to, we can compete on the restart. And we just need to, we would need things to fall in our favor. If I can time that jump to the outside a little bit better. Actually, you know what? I did time it pretty well. It was just not being able to hold that speed in 1 and 2. And I basically just had to abort the mission and go up the track so we didn't get spun around. Or just spin around ourselves, like the back end was about to go out. We were really close to disaster there. We're actually hanging with them. That doesn't say much.
20 laps to go.
I think those boys behind us got to racing side by side. And they just don't have anything for us, and I almost forgot to turn looking at the standings. Looks like Ryan Newman's up to 6th now. We needed a big points gain here. I'm still keeping my hopes up. Just can't lose any more points to him and then just tread water and hope for something in the next race. But I mean, the most points you can gain in a race is 46 in our system. And we're 48 points back. So if everything stays even this race, say we wouldn't gain points on him because he's led a lap too, don't forget, or a few. If he finishes one spot behind us, that nulls out anything we gain on him. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of the strategy here. We're going to have pit stops, pretty sure, in about 5-6 laps. And I'm about to hit my tire window, or I'm about to hit my tire button. And if it's yellow, we're in trouble. Okay. So the tires, I've just taken it kind of easy here. Not really trying to set a land speed record on this run. Now, if 2 tires are the play, if two right tires are the play that the AI makes here, we're going to know ahead of time. We're going to let them pit before us so we can see what they're doing. And... it'll probably be worth it to stay out and lead a lap. We'll gain a point, which, you know, as it stands, where we're sitting right now, that's a point that we can grab and gain. So we're going to take it. Any point might help, you know. You just never know. God, I mean, who knows? Okay, here we go. Pit stops. We're going to let them cycle through a little bit here and see what they're doing. And I actually got news for you. If they take on 4 tires, which they aren't going to, if they take on 4 tires, we're taking on 2 right sides and holding on for dear life. Smoker, please, please, in heaven. Ken Schrader, never mind. Huh. We've really caught... were they racing up here? Kenseth and Stewart? But it looks like Kenseth's definitely pitting now. We're staying out. And we are leading a lap.
The next car's the leader. The leader's pitting now.
Whenever that happens.
Okay, you're in second.
And then we'll have plenty of time to assess. What we're going to do. Again, this is all the fuel stuff. We don't have to pit. Like, we can... Our fuel will definitely take us the rest of the way, but we modify, we make the AI
The next car's the leader. The leader's
spend more fuel so we can have good, consistent, and fun
10 more to go. That car's the lap
speeds
you're in
throughout the
first.
pit windows. And so we just have to kind of play ball with their pit windows and pit when they do. Alright, here we go. Let's see what they are doing on pit road. What did our boy do? Where's he at? There's easier, faster ways to do this. You can... That absolute turd hasn't pitted yet. Because why would he? Why would he have pitted yet, you know? We got 2 right sides on... Oh, they're taking on... Everybody's taking on 2 right sides. I'm doing some calculating here. This is our season, okay? I know, I don't know if this is dead air to you guys, but I mean... What I'm trying to figure out here is... How much time... we lose, lap time we lose on old tires versus fresh tires. We've been running consistent 29.7s, 28.9s, so that's about an 0.8 difference. 0.8 of a difference. But it doesn't matter because we still have to put in fuel. And it takes pretty much the same time to take on fuel as it does right side tires. So I think just... Oh, and it's yellow. That's the call. Fuel. Where's the fuel here? Add. With 10 laps to go, that's 1/3 of 2 cans. So that'd be 1 and... That'd be a little bit over half. So we're just going to do half. Half them, you know? Need another good entry. We had a good entry at Talladega that people are still talking about.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
I wonder if they're going to nick us for that. If they nick us for that, that's our season, Jack.
Go! Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Okay, no black flag,
That car's a lap down.
which is good. Now, where are the leaders?
Okay, merge.
Right here.
That car's a lap down.
Do we have enough? Can we catch them? Very rarely am I on just two right sides, or you know what I'm saying. Like, very rarely are we not on 4 fresh tires. Let's see what we got for them. Excellent pit stop. Oompas, they've betrayed us many times this season. And they kind of came through here, I think. We're taking every little bit of air we can off of Jeff Green and diving in here. We got to see if these guys can, how well they deal with the lappers. And this is a part of my tuning in the AI that I never worry about. 2 right sides. How do we compare to the AI late in the run on 2 tires versus 4 and all that? I never. How the hell would you test that? Probably be a way, just simulate, you know, bring out a caution at the time where we think they would take on 2 right sides. And there's too much work. And then try to compare your times. No thanks.
Good job.
Now I'm in the position, okay, our left side, okay, we're fine. We got 6 laps left. Our left sides are yellow. And these clowns obviously did not take on 4 tires.
Just 5 more to go.
Let's let Tony Stewart just navigate that on his own without worrying about us. And then we're going to get underneath here and go. And actually using the hill and using how Tony Stewart slowed up to get around him. There we go.
Still there.
That was not the plan until it was.
Clear.
I honestly cannot believe we didn't get hit with a black flag, though. Because every time I've gone past pit road,
You are on the point.
I've seen those, our tire marks flying into pit road. And we obviously weren't down in time, but I've noticed that before, that they don't nick you. Barring something wild here, we're going to get a win. Which is very important. I mean, that's an extra,
Just 2 to go.
what, 5 points we're going to gain on Newman on top of whatever position points we gain on him, which he's in 5th. Because why wouldn't he be in 5th place? Looks like he's too far behind Newman to do anything. Junior's our best hope of gaining a spot on him. But that's probably not going to happen either.
Last lap. You're the man. Come on, bring it home.
But so the golden ticket. How about that? Golden ticket, 2 for 2. I know we still have half a lap here, but All right. So that does her at Texas. We get the win. We had 7 leaders, 13 lead changes. Tony Stewart led the most laps. I knew it wasn't going to be Newman. We led 6 there. 6 important ones. We led one during the those last pit stops, and then came around and got the lead here. And never let it go. Here are the results. A lot of chase drivers on this front page, except for one, and you probably know who it is. You see Newman there in 5th. Mark Martin top 10. Jeff Gordon, that's a big hit. Wow, that's a big hit for him. Once again, Jimmy Johnson. We had to wait till the 2nd or 3rd page to get to Jimmy Johnson. He's in 27th. He was in the lead. In the chase after, I mean, not anymore. You know, he's not there anymore. And then poor Rusty Wallace in the chase. You know, he tried his best to get in the chase, couldn't do it. In the chase so far, 4 races, he's finished 39th, 34th, 27th, and 39th. I think there's been 3 DNFs in there. And here's how it looks with 2 races to go. We are now 39 points behind Newman. Gordon fell a bunch. That's good. So we can at least get that silver medal. But I'm not giving up hope. And we're 13 points behind Newman for the chase. Not giving up hope on that either. But I mean, that'll just be a flaccid feeling if we can if we win the chase but just can't catch them for the Winston Cup. But we'll see what happens at Phoenix and then Miami for the rest of this week. All right, thanks for watching.